Hey, what do it, y'all? Swish Entertainment putting y'all on all y'all favorite rappers and celebrities like. But first, I need a little favor done for y'all first. Please like, comment, subscribe to this video, hit the notification bell as well. That'd be great search to the channel and put y'all to this story. Now, today we'll be talking about Megan Thee Stallion once again. This woman had filed a lawsuit dating all the way back to last month. So this woman had filed a lawsuit with the intent of establishing a restraining order when it comes to Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, who is currently incarcerated, had been sentenced to 10 years in confinement due to the shooting that he had caused in the year 2020. Megan Thee Stallion was present alongside Tory Lanez following them having left Kylie Jenner's pool party in the city of Los Angeles. Megan Thee Stallion's friend Kelsey Harris was also present alongside the two rappers. Once the three of them had arrived at Tory Lanez's vehicle, sometime later, Megan Thee Stallion will end up getting shot in her feet by Tory Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion, in her lawsuit and restraining order that she had filed alongside her team, will claim that Tory Lanez was hiring streamers to put out defamatory statements on her name. She also alleges that Tory Lanez has been committing acts of harassment towards her while he is imprisoned. Documentation was also provided in the lawsuit filed by Megan Thee Stallion's team, which would show transactions between both Tory Lanez's father and the streamer known as Milagro Grams. These transactions having been made of usage on the app known as Zelle, dating from October 28th in 2020 to March 3rd in 2022. Milagro Grams will end up being the recipient of $3,000 in totality given by Tory Lanez's father. So with today's events, it appears that Megan Thee Stallion has found success in the restraining order that she had filed against Tory Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion today had made her appearance at a court trial hearing through a video call. Megan Thee Stallion in the hearing will end up revealing that she has not had peace since the 2020 incident that will leave her wounded from gunshot infliction. Megan Thee Stallion has also stated that she never leaves her household unless she has something to do that is connected to her job. Megan Thee Stallion also claims that she has had to endure people yelling "Free Tory" at her even while she performs at her shows. So during the hearing, the judge will end up ruling in Megan Thee Stallion's favor, bringing up the point that Megan Thee Stallion has had to suffer a ripple effect connected to the 2020 shooting incident that has taken place in July. The judge can be quoted as saying, "We have a shooting that took place, and with a violent act like that, there's a ripple effect that continues on. Ms. P's testimony is that the ripple effect has been significant. Conduct that culminated in Tory shooting approximately 5 rounds at petitioner that resulted in injuries to her." Rolling Stone reporter was also present at the hearing, going by the name of Nancy Dillon. This reporter put out numerous posts detailing what had transpired and what was said at the court trial hearing. To start off with Nancy Dillon's first post, it says Megan Thee Stallion just gave emotional testimony at hearing to obtain 5-year civil harassment restraining order against Tory Lanez. She appeared by video. "I want my restraining order because I haven't been in peace since I was shot. We're on 10-minute break, waiting for ruling." Megan told the court she barely leaves the house except for work and faces people at shows yelling "Free Tory" at her. "I'm just a nervous wreck all the time," she testified. Tory's lawyer, Michael Hayden, argued the restraining order would be unfair. Prior restraint on free speech. He said Tory has no desire to communicate with petitioner ever again. Megan's auntie, Mari Henderson, said Megan deserved protection after being victim of a violent crime. Judge now mulling Megan's request hinted he was leaning toward granting, "We have a shooting that took place, and with a violent act like that, there's a ripple effect that continues on," Judge said. Ms. P's testimony is that the ripple effect has been significant. Judge granted Megan Thee Stallion's request for a 5-year restraining order against Tory Lanez. He said cited several uncontroverted facts, including conduct that culminated in Tory shooting approximately 5 rounds at petitioner that resulted in injuries to her. American legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff also gave details on what had taken place at the court trial hearing. In her first post, it says, "We are on a break while Judge Bloom decides what to do. He definitely sounds like he's going to issue the restraining order against Lanez that Megan wants. Seems to the court that there's ample evidence of harassing conduct dating back to at least July 2020, the judge said. Lanez isn't eligible for parole until September 2029. The restraining order Judge Bloom is issuing will be in effect for 5 years, through January 9th, 2030. The court does believe that the facts in this matter show both unlawful violence, a threat of violence, and a willful course of conduct that seriously harasses the petitioner and serves no legitimate purpose. I'm signing the order at this time," Judge Bloom says. Megan Thee Stallion testified via video a few minutes ago in the restraining order hearing for Tory Lanez. She said she fears what could happen when he's released from prison. "I feel like maybe he'll shoot me again, and maybe this time I won't make it." So this will conclude the many posts made by both the Rolling Stone's reporter and the American legal affairs journalist. So both of the posts provided by both the reporter and journalist will end up providing confirmation that Megan Thee Stallion's restraining order that she had filed against Tory Lanez did in fact prevail. Given the quotes that Megan Thee Stallion is being said to have said in the post made by both the reporter and journalist, it's safe to say that she is likely suffering symptoms of anxiety due to the trauma that she likely suffered from the 2020 shooting incident. We also were able to find out that the judge had ruled in Megan Thee Stallion's favor and felt that there was sufficient evidence dating back to the 2020 incident which would involve Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Now in terms of Tory Lanez's parole date, which was already established, it was once again made known that he will be eligible for parole in September of 2029. But now Megan Thee Stallion's restraining order that she had filed against Tory Lanez has now been established, which will date all the way to January 9th of 2030. This restraining order will remain in effect for about 4 months after Tory Lanez is made eligible for parole in 2029. Megan Thee Stallion was also expressive of how she is fearful of what Tory Lanez could cause following him being released from prison. She fears that she possibly could become victim of gun violence once again at the hands of Tory Lanez, with her also saying that she fears that she may not make it if she becomes a victim of gun violence once again. So once Tory Lanez ends up becoming a free man, Megan Thee Stallion not only fears for her safety when it comes to gun violence, but she also fears for her life as well. Luckily, as previously reported, the judge ended up ruling in Megan Thee Stallion's favor and had her restraining order established, so hopefully this is conducive to her mental fortitude and helps improve her anxiety. But yeah, let's go cap on this video. Let me know what y'all think this in the comments. What do you guys think of Megan Thee Stallion's restraining order against Tory Lanez being established, given that Tory Lanez is currently in confinement with a 10-year sentence? Are you guys surprised to hear that Megan Thee Stallion is still dealing with internal issues from the shooting incident that she has suffered dating all the way back to 2020? And to cap that off, do you guys think that Megan Thee Stallion's restraining order was given a justifiable time period, or do you guys think that it should have been extended? Let all that be known in the comments, y'all. That's gonna do it. I'm out.